Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Comic Shop Talk on the Late Night Chat Network, your first stop for pop culture talk. I'm your host, Nico, and joined with me today, as always, my co-host, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. So today we're going to do something a little bit different for us here, but, maybe if we like doing this, we'll continue doing this into the future. Because, these are more comic book specific, these topics. So we're going to be watching and reacting to the Spider-Man Brand New Day official trailer here. So we're going to take a look at this, give you our comments on it, do a little trailer reaction video for you guys. Normally we do that with the Late Night at the Movies crew, but there's still plenty of trailer reactions you can go check out from those guys as well. You can check out our playlist here on the Late Night Chat Network for that show. But we'll try to do some more comic related trailer reactions as well. Make sure to check this out. I think we're also going to be doing one to the new Supergirl movie that just recently came out as well. So go take a look at those. Make sure to like and subscribe. Me and Chris do a weekly comic book review show here called Comic Shop Talk. So if you guys are just happening across this trailer for the first time, this trailer reaction, and not familiar with our show, make sure to check that out if you're into comics, because me and Chris get together every week. We talk about the comics that we've read and give you like our ratings and reviews on them and all kinds of other fun stuff. So yeah, make sure to check that out, Comic Shop Talk. All right, guys, let's take a look at this and I'll let you know what we think.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home! And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter's heart. What is happening to me? Oh, God. Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see. Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ,
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
friendly neighbor.
All right. Thoughts on that? Have you seen this before today?
I've maybe seen it once or twice, but it's been a few weeks now. But, a lot of good things in that trail, a lot to unpack. And, I'm worried about the things I'm worried about, first of all, are, they kind of have all those comic book scenes with the one with the tarantula.
Right.
I'm just worried that those might be just kind of teases. We've seen that before with the Wolverine stuff. We saw the Wolverine up on the cross, all these things. You go, oh, wow, what's going to happen here? But they turned out to be kind of nonsensical parts of the movie. So I hope these have actual parts. Like I doubt Tarantula is part of this movie, but everything else, like just seeing a Punisher in there, not crazy. Like I haven't watched any of the Disney movies, so this is gonna be my first introduction into Punisher, and like he looks great.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's good in the shows. Like his show was good too. And then I feel like John Bernthal's only gotten like bigger since then, honestly. So like him showing up again as the Punisher. I like him as the Punisher, man. He's really good. So like yeah, like seeing him was really cool. Was that the hand at the end of the trailer as well there? Like what was that? Like
That's what it looked like. And like I said, and I've never known Spider-Man to mix it up with the hand that often. So that's going to be interesting to see how they're part of the story. I think the Scorpion there, that's going to be fun to see.
Max Gargan, yeah.
There's just like that whole trailer was kind of almost a bit after bit after bit that just kind of keeps you guessing and wanting to see this movie. I think it's a great trailer.
Yeah, I did as well. Like you said, this is my first time watching it, and damn, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. Like I had heard some people talking about it. I was trying to wait to watch it in anticipation of doing one of these videos, whether it was with you or if it was the late night at the movies people. I just really wanted to kind of discuss this and see it firsthand, so I held off. And being around comic book stores, that's hard to do when a lot of people want to talk about this. Trust me. So yeah, there is. That's what I had heard, is that there is a few moments in the trailer where like the Easter eggs of like certain covers are present, like you mentioned with the Tarantula, with the Spectacular Spider-Man #1 issue cover, of course, like that's where he's from. And
it's the original cover of the Amazing Fantasy.
Yes.
And I think there's an Eric Larson cover that they have up there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have the Todd McFarlane cover, just have them trying to sort of swing and
Spider-Man 300.
Spider-Man 300 poster.
Yeah. So as am I, but so that part about it's really cool. I didn't really capture all of them in this first viewing. I might have to kind of run it back again. That being said, I think the other thing that people were kind of rumored, like talking about, is that if that is the hand, because it does look like it's a group of ninjas that he's fighting there, then that definitely means that Daredevil is probably going to show up somewhere here, because we already have the Punisher, and we know that these are all these street level characters that kind of go well together, that have like kind of been in comics together a lot. So I think the smart thing would be to bring Daredevil into this film as well, because I think out of all of the shows, like he's been the most successful. This will have also come off of the most recent Born Again show that's out right now, that's coming out. Like they're slow rolling the episodes out, and Punisher has also been on that show. So like, I think it makes sense if he's going to show up in this one. Where are you at with the Tom Holland movies in general? I actually love these movies. I think he's my favorite Spider-Man now. I know that's blasphemy to some. Tobey Maguire, I know is a lot of people Spider-Man. That's the OG, right? But and apparently you even have your Andrew Garfield. Here's the thing: I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Those movies are the worst out of all of them, though, in my opinion. Like out of all the films, where are you at?
I'm happy that Tom Holland, or that they're keeping the same Spider-Man and not sort of rebooting it. I hope Tom Holland's got a couple more Spider-Man movies in him, because it's going to force Marvel to age up Spider-Man, whether they like it or not. Even in this one, he doesn't look like a kid anymore.
Yeah.
And I think from what I've read is that this is supposed to take place maybe 4 years after high school. So they've all been through college. So he should be like a 22, 23-year-old here. And so I'm excited for that. Even just the general storyline that's been going on. There's this Brand New Day or Homecoming, or this home theme they have with all the titles. That's not my favorite, but all the movies have been good or decent, and I've enjoyed all of them.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't answer my question. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Who do you think? It's Tobey, right?
I got to give it to freaking Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Those are the first ones, and those movies, even though they may not hold up right now.
No, I think you're in the majority. I honestly think most people still are the big, like, and I don't care how they hold up now, some of them, right? Like the time when those came out, those were huge, man, for me. Like, those are great movies. I'll always look at them a certain way, whether or not they hold up or not, right? But I think you're in the majority, actually. I think most people's favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire, so that have watched those films, or at least were around when those movies came out, right? Because obviously this guy is Spider-Man for a whole new generation of kids that watch these movies, right? But Yeah, it's kind of interesting too after the last movie how like everyone's forgotten now due to that's like the Doctor Strange spell or whatever, that now that he is Spider, like all his friends and stuff in order to protect them, like Zendaya is Mary Jane there, or sorry, not she's not even Mary Jane, she's like whatever her name. Her name,
Jones, yeah,
what's that?
Michelle Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something. That's her name. I think it is Mary or Jane or something like that.
It's
But
MJ,
like,
but not Mary Jane. Michelle Jones.
That's
I
right.
know it's Watson.
MJ. It's some sort of
Well,
stipulation,
there is room, like if this story were to go on, that there is a Mary Jane, but I don't think that's coming to happen. I'm surprised there's still no Black Cat. Or there could be somewhere floating in there. And I don't think we talked too much about what's his name, Tombstone. I think they did a good job with at least what we saw of the character of Tombstone. You know, I'm not thrilled that you have some drug or some crime lord as the villain, but we'll see how it goes. I guess it'll probably fit in the story because that seems to be right up Punisher's alley. So
Yeah, but even in the small parts that they showed us here, like you were saying, like you don't anticipate some of these things are going to get fleshed out in bigger scenes, or maybe like they'll just have all these little scenes of certain things that are like Easter eggs or nods to certain stuff. But if they showed us all this in the trailer? What haven't they showed us in the trailer? You know what I mean? Like that's the bigger question. And I think that they're smart enough with this type of film that that they're keeping some things under their hat still. Like it's not like
they definitely have to be doing that. I think they might have learned their lesson from Doctor Strange with it. I think they overhyped on the trailers because you had all the X-Men showing up and everything with the what's that, the Illuminati League or something there.
Mm-hmm.
And when the movie came out, it was a bust. There was didn't they have even the zombie Doctor Strange? Yeah, I was expecting to see all these things how it would fit out, and they didn't really fit into the story at all. They were just kind of cameo scenes for nothing, really. And I hope that's not the case here.
Right. This is also the precursor to Avengers Doomsday, which is arguably their biggest film ever. Like this is even kind of getting bigger than Infinity War in terms of hype at this time for anybody who's still invested in these films, just because everyone's in this movie. Like you thought everyone was in Infinity War. Like people are coming back for this movie. You know what I mean? Like you got RDJ back as a different character in this movie, and who knows what else. Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America. Like the fact that this is the movie, like they always use Spider-Man really well, these films in that way as well. They always use these to kind of set up the big Avengers film, or they're the fallout of the Avengers film, like like what happens after an Avengers film is like the Spider-Man films, like these Tom Holland movies. Like he was a big part of Civil War. Like he's like they've really used Spider-Man like really well, I think, just even off of the main like Marvel films in that way. Like whereas I think a lot of the other movies haven't been as great lately in the last few years, at least from what we used to get prior to maybe Infinity War and all that and Endgame. I think that these have held up. So I'm really excited by this. I'm really looking forward to this one. So I hope it's good. I hope it's good because
movies in general need a winner. It's been a long time since there's been a blockbuster out there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I feel like last year they kind of they slowed the roll a little bit with because there was people are just getting hit with so many superhero movies, and they're just like, you know what, we're gonna refocus on what our plan is moving forward, and we're only gonna be putting out 2 movies. They put out the Fantastic Four, which did okay. Thunderbolts, I watched both of them too. Thunderbolts actually was really good, surprisingly, like in terms of like, I don't know how it did in terms of box office, but like you said, these aren't Avengers films. These aren't Spider-Man films, these 2 films that came out, right? But I think for what they were both good, like varying degrees of good. I might even put Thunderbolts, honestly, a little above Fantastic Four, honestly. I actually really like the Thunderbolts film. And we know who those characters are, but for a larger audience who aren't familiar with the Thunderbolts from the comics, that movie may have just not did well. I don't know, right? But it had a lot of big stars in it, but it was just like, like who the hell are the Thunderbolts, right? Like everyone's like, who are these guys? So, but that they said the same thing about the Guardians at one time, right? So, but these aren't as big as those films. Let's not get crazy. Let's get carried away here. Anyways, all right, so there you go. That's Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's our trailer reaction. Make sure to like and subscribe, everybody. And you want to watch more comic book content, or hear us talk about more comic book related trailers, let us know. Hit us up in the comments. Check out some of our shows, our Comic Shop Talk weekly episodes with me and Chris. And yeah, stay tuned. Maybe we'll, like I said, we plan on doing some more of these comic book related trailers for you guys. All right. See you later. See you next time. Later, Chris.
Later.